Annihilation is a new movie by Alex Garland, and it stars Natalie Portman, Tessa Thompson, Gina Rodriguez, and Jennifer Jason Leigh. This movie revolves around a group of biologists who go into this place called the Shimmer, a mysterious place with supernaturalness to it where nobody's come out alive except for one person. So they all go inside to investigate it and see what the hell is going on with this place. I absolutely love Alex Garland's last film, Ex Machina. It was so great. Like, I love every single second of it. So I should have been up and down about Annihilation, and I was. But the trailers were so underwhelming. Like, they were just not selling the movie to me. And to make matters worse, Paramount announced that they sold the international rights to Netflix, but kept the movie in theaters here. And after seeing Cloverfield Paradox, which I thought was okay, like, that movie was not theatrical. So I was like, okay, what's going on with Annihilation? It got great reviews, folks, so I saw the movie. What did I think about it? Yeah, guys, I'm going to be in the vocal minority when I say this. I thought Annihilation was okay. Like, it's an interesting movie with great ideas that just completely flawed. The first thing I liked about Annihilation, though, is the big ideas. Like, this movie has huge, grand, complex themes and ideas to the entire thing, which I found completely interesting. Like, if it wasn't for that, I probably would have fallen asleep during this movie because the ideas are super interesting. It kept me kind of invested in the entire place. I want to learn more about everything going along, and there's some really big things. Like, take for this, the third act of the movie is fantastic. This third act is big, is unique, is crazy. There's so much things to it. It has a crazy ending, and I just thought it was super interesting the way they handled it. And not just that, there's a lot of scenes during Annihilation which I found was super effective and terrifying. Like, there's some scenes with creatures and like just a lot of grotesque horror and everything, which just added to the horror of the movie they're trying to convey, the terror of this place, the Shimmer. And I just thought Alex Garland really conveyed that well to the audience. The performances here are also pretty damn good. Like, there's not one big standout performance that I thought, oh my god, it's excellent. No, everybody does a competent job acting, and obviously the big standout is Natalie Portman. She's a great actress. She added a lot to this movie, and she has the most complex character-ish. Not really, but she has the best character, kinda. The point is, she is the best performance in the movie, and she does a good job. And as for Alex Garland's direction, I still believe him as a director. Like, he's a very competent director who was able to make some very memorable and terrifying moments that are throughout the movie, and I still think he's a pretty damn good director. And the visual aesthetic of this movie, not the cinematography, not the lighting, we'll get that later, but the visual aesthetic is gorgeous. The land, the Enter the Shimmer, when you see that scene, it was like, wow, it's very cinematic. The creature design, everything. I really felt like the visual aesthetic and sci-fi-ness of this movie is gorgeous. And that's where my positives for Annihilation end. So why was I so underwhelmed by Annihilation? It comes down to some big problems, including the very poor screenplay, which is a shock considering Ex Machina had a fantastic script with great dialogue, great characters and everything. This movie has stepped down in every single way. The script here is very poor. Like, there's some pretty bad dialogue that is not very good, not very compelling, and there's some very cringeworthy moments that my audience like rolled their eyes at, kind of laughed at, and I can't help but agree because some moments are very poorly written that I just did not like at all. And the biggest problem to the screenplay is the interview structure this movie has. Now, in Ex Machina, it was the interview structure, but the whole movie revolved on that interview structure since it was the guy interviewing the robot. Again, know that it worked for that movie. But here in Annihilation, it's completely pointless. What happens here is Natalie Portman's character is being talked to by these scientists after the events in the movie. And first of all, these interview scenes are completely pointless because all it does is spoof feed exposition to the audience that could have been told, and hell, it is told throughout the movie. So I'm like, wait, what am I supposed to know? Why are you stopping me to a halt for these interview scenes that just does not work for this movie? And the biggest problem with the interview structure is that because you're not going through the movie through Natalie Portman's eyes, discovering the horrors of the land and seeing and wondering if she'll make it or not, no, because you realize she makes it after the event, I'm like, wait, what am I supposed to feel suspenseful over? She lives. So I'm like, it defeats the entire suspense of the movie. And I just feel like if that interview structure was taken out and the whole movie was through Natalie Portman's eyes, discovering things as it went along, it would have been a far more suspenseful, far more tight movie than the one we have right now. There's also some very unnecessary subplots in the movie. Like, there's a subplot regarding Natalie Portman's character's past, and after seeing the movie, I was like, wait, here, like, what dramatic purpose does this subplot have? It drags the movie, makes no sense, and doesn't add anything to the movie, like, at all. It could have been cut out entirely, and it's just so baffling. And not just that, the characters are so weak. Unlike the layered, deep, great characters in Ex Machina, here, they're blank, they're very deathless, they're uninteresting, and these characters, they're boring. Like, honestly, even Natalie Portman's character, who has the most to do, I'm like, I don't know much about you. I'm not invested in your story. So whenever they go to the shimmer and they're in danger, yes, I'm kind of scared because there's a great tension set up by Alex Garland, but the characters are so boring that I didn't care. And if it wasn't for the great ideas and complexity of the movie in the first hour and a half, I would have been so bored because these characters are uninteresting and I wasn't invested in any of them at all. So I was just like who cares? Like, who cares about some of these characters? And it was just, it's like, I just did not like the characters at all. And remember how I said earlier the visual aesthetic of the movie is great? It's really good. You know what's not great? The cinematography and the lighting. Like, unlike Ex Machina, who had amazing cinematography, here's a step down because really, I don't know if I fear projection or anything, but whenever it's the daytime scenes and the group is going through the forest, it looks way too washed out and gray, so it didn't really look like bright, vivid, and it didn't look like a great environment. It just looked like very washed out, and I don't feel like it worked for the movie's advantage, so it just looked like boring to watch. And the nighttime scene, now, I have no idea whether this is my fear projection or is the movie itself, but Jesus Christ, the nighttime scenes are way too dark. Like, there's only a few lights and you can barely see what's going on, so I couldn't comprehend what was going on. And I was just like, hey, can you just light the place a little bit? Like, maybe add a little more color so you can see what the hell's going on? If I can't see what's going on, I'm not going to be invested in your scene no matter what. Now, did I hate Annihilation? No, I didn't hate it. If it wasn't for the big ideas and the great third act, and some of the great filmmaking, which made me kind of admire this movie in a way, I would have not recommended the movie at all. And look, clearly I'm the vocal minority of the movie. This movie has great reviews. Film nerds that love this movie call it a sci-fi classic at this point. I'm in the minority. I just thought this movie was very weak and just a big disappointment to me. I'm giving Annihilation a 6 out of 10. And clearly, if I kind of don't recommend this movie. I kind of recommend waiting to see it on Netflix. However, here's a different spectrum of recommending this movie too. If you're the general movie-going audience who wants big action and everything, skip the movie. You're not going to like it in theaters. Maybe watch it on Netflix down the road. But if you're a film nerd and you like sci-fi, you like Alex Garland, and you want to see it and you could see it in theaters right now, then I would say take a chance. Maybe you'll like it more than me. But clearly, just speaking from my experience, I just wasn't a big fan of this movie. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a like, favorite, and subscribe. Click on the notification bell for alerts on brand new videos whenever they get posted. And comment below, tell me guys what you thought of the video so you can encourage me to make way more videos in the future. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video.